The Manic Taxi Driver. It was a dark and stormy night, and Mary was stranded at the airport. She had missed her last flight home, and the only option left was to take a taxi. She hesitated at first, but the airport was deserted, and she had no other choice. So she approached the taxi stand and climbed into the first car she saw. The driver was a strange man with beady eyes and a crooked smile. He didn't say a word as he pulled out of the airport and onto the deserted highway. Mary tried to make small talk, but the driver just grunted in response. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about him, and she silently cursed herself for not being more careful. As the miles ticked by, the driver's behaviour became increasingly erratic. He swerved in and out of lanes, and his eyes darted around wildly. Mary's heart pounded in her chest, and she knew she had to get out of the car. She tried to open the door, but it was locked. She turned to the driver, begging him to let her out, but he just laughed manically and sped up. Mary knew she was in grave danger, and she began to pray for a miracle. But there was no miracle that night. The driver was determined to add Mary to his list of victims, and he drove faster and faster until the car was nothing but a blur. The last thing Mary saw was the driver's twisted, triumphant grin as the car flew off the road and into the darkness. When the police arrived at the scene, all they found was a mangled wreck and Mary's lifeless body. The driver was never found, and it is said that he still haunts the highways, looking for his next victim. And Mary's family is left to mourn the loss of their beloved daughter, taken by the manic taxi driver on that fateful night.